Let's grumble.
In this video, we're going to go over how you can teach your dog or your puppy to stay. Now, when you're teaching your puppy to stay or your adult dog, really the stay has three components. I like to call them the 3Ds: duration, distance, and distraction. And what most people try to do is teach their puppy with all three at the same time. Guess what? That makes it 3 times as hard. So in this video, we're going to break it down. We're going to start off with the third D, which is distractions. Now, I used to actually teach a little bit differently where we did duration only, but what I found is it was very boring for the puppy. Distractions is really one of the things that's going to be incorporated in all the other Ds as well, so it makes the most sense actually to start out by practicing with distractions. Now, do you need to teach your puppy to stay? It is a great control exercise. It helps your puppy practice some self-control. I use it a lot for dogs that have separation anxiety so they can actually practice being in a room by themselves. But what if you're in your house and you break a glass? Well, your dog's going to be probably startled and probably come over to you. Good opportunity to cut up their nails or their paws. So there's going to be a lot of different practical applications. Like I said, I really like the puppy practicing learning how to do this because it's a great way to develop some self-restraint and self-control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite my buddy Sully over here. Sully, come here, buddy. Now, you can put your puppy into a sit or have it standing or in a down. I like to use whatever position the puppy is comfortable in. So I'm going to start off with a stay for him. So I'm going to say stay, and he gets a treat. So the distraction is just move my hand a little bit. Stay. Now you see he's starting to target my hand, so I'm going to put the treats away. Stay. So you're going to basically incorporate various movements. Now, an important part of the stay is teaching your dog what's called a release word or release command. Now, the way you're going to do this is I'm going to roll a treat out, and I'm going to do a couple of stays first, and then I'm going to roll the treat. Now, as I throw the treat, I'm going to say the word release. That's going to trigger the dog to get up and go get the positive reinforcement of the treat, and this teaches the dog that moving away is allowed when I hear this particular command cue. But one other thing, when a lot of people do this, they go like this: stay. They put their hand right in the puppy's face. I like to do it halfway distance between me and the dog. Stay. 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 So just do the normal things you would do. Right there, that was too much criteria. That was a fail, so I'm not going to give him this treat for that one. All right, let's try that again, buddy. Stay. 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 So what I'm doing is I'm making my movements a little bit easier and smaller, and now I'm getting ready to let him go. So I'm going to say release, and then he runs away and gets the treat. So release is triggering him moving away. Now, when you are practicing the stay, it's important you practice in different postures as well as different parts of your house. Dogs don't generalize well, and this is really for all sorts of dog training. You want to practice in different rooms, different times of the day. However, we don't want to practice when we're doing distractions. I'm going to be triggering the distraction by moving my arms. Eventually, I might clap, I might stand up, I might take a step back to the side. You want to kind of move around and do the things that you're naturally going to be doing. Don't break glasses. You can do that eventually once your dog knows how to stay, but I wouldn't practice that. But the idea is eventually I like to use all of our commands the way that we're going to actually naturally use them in the dog's life. So when you're getting up to get a glass of water and the puppy comes over to you and sits down, let's just say I'm at the sink, I say sit, stay, grab a glass, turn the faucet on, fill my water up, get done, turn it off, release, and then release the dog. So that's really what you're going to do, and now you're actually practicing a stay in the kitchen, at the door. Try to incorporate it in your day-to-day life, and don't add distance or don't start increasing a great amount of time. Eventually, I would like to do something where I would, and I'll kind of demonstrate here. So I'll say, stay. I know you're a little distracted hearing sounds. Stay. Release. What did I do there? I added duration amidst distractions. So eventually you could do that with movement and start moving away, but I wouldn't do the moving away until you can probably move your arms and legs and have a lot of pretty good movement without the dog getting up. Now, if the dog ever does get up, that means we ask for more criteria. Always back up a step, make the movement a little bit smaller, or the duration a little bit shorter, or the step a little bit less, and gradually you get your puppy, you'll work your way up to that point. This is a very advanced command. It is also very difficult for a lot of dogs and puppies. The stay is really almost the only command where we're asking the dog to not do everything. Everything else, it's like sit, roll over, fetch, give me a beer out of the fridge. So we can teach your puppy to do all those things. But for a stay, it's hard. So go in short sessions, always end on a positive. I would recommend for stay, really keeping it no more than 2 or 3 minutes of the stay at the maximum for a young puppy. Older adult dogs, you can work a little bit longer. But keep it short and make sure you end on a successful one, so that way the puppy enjoys it, remembers last time we did this, it was a good, pleasant experience, and also remember to always release your puppy when we get done with it, so they understand I can't do what's called an auto release. Stelly! One other little tip, it's important to understand that, as Laura likes to say, you're training the dog in front of you. Just because Sully was able to get up to 60 seconds yesterday doesn't mean he can do it today. It's going to be a gradual process, and you're going to have ebbs and flows, and that's natural part of learning for any creature. And so we want to make sure that you're not setting your dog up for failure or having unrealistic expectations. Like I said, this is a difficult one. If you have a young puppy, it's good to work on, but again, don't have such high standards where you expect this puppy to sit and stay while you go and make yourself a steak dinner and sit down. That's just asking for way more criteria. Keep it short, keep it successful, and eventually you'll have a very strong stay. Your puppy will have great self-control, and then you can use that in case you do break that class or have something where you do need the puppy to stay for its own safety. Well, this is my handsome buddy Sully, and this is how you can teach your puppy to stay for distractions, eventually for duration, and then for distance. Quest, you are a goofball.